Hi everybody, in this lesson I am going to tune my guitar. I'm going to talk about all the ways I know how to tune the guitar, and the most important way, using a tuner, is the first thing we're going to talk about. So I've got a couple of tuners. Here's a really old school tuner with the meter. Here is a clip-on tuner. So let's start out with the clip-on tuner. The way a tuner works is you play one string, and when the note's not right, the line won't be in the middle. When the note's right, the line will be in the middle. That's all there is to it. If a note is sharp, the line will be past the middle, just like you're reading a book. And if the note is flat, the line will be before the middle notch. So if a note is flat, you want to add tension to make it sharper. You want to add tension to the string literally by screwing the tuning peg in. And there we go. The line is in the very center where the notch is. On this tuner, there's a little green dot at the top. That's the notch. On this tuner, the little meter will be up and down, and both of the little triangles on the side will be lit up. Let's go to worst case scenario. So I've got my little E string way out of tune, and you can see on the tuner it shows a D note, but I need it to be E. So I start to move it up, make it sharper by screwing in the tuning peg. There we go. D with a dot means D sharp on this tuner. Gotta keep going. We're gonna go for E. There we go. Now I just want to get that lined up with the green dot in the middle. On this tuner it'll go green. There we go. There's E. On this tuner there's notes across the top. When I hit E, the E note will light up. If I hit the A note will light up. So using a tuner is always the best way to tune. Now I'm just going to detune my whole guitar a little bit and then tune it with the tuner so that we can make sure you know what to do. Doesn't sound very good, does it? It's not right at all. So we'll start with the big E string. You can see that it's before the dot, before the center of the tuner, so we need to tighten the string. You're always turning them away. You're always turning them away from the neck to go higher, or toward the neck to go lower. That's one way to think about it. But the best way is to grab onto it, play the note, and listen. Hear that note going up? Or if you go the other way, you can hear it going down. Ba, down, ba, up. So, oops, I went above. Now pro tip, if you just come down to the note until it's in tune, and then you play guitar for a while, that string will stretch out, and it'll end up being a little bit flat. Let's move on to the A string. So it's a little bit sharp when it's sharp. The best way to do this so that your guitar stays in tune is loosen the string a little bit, make the sound go down until it's flat, and then tune it up to pitch. There we go. There we go. This one's flat, so we just need to tune it up to pitch. This is the D string. We just want that line to line up right in the middle. There we go. Now we're on the G string. It's flat. So we want to add tension, make the sound go higher. There we go. Now the B string, oh, it's a little sharp. See how the line is past the center? So we want to loosen it until it goes a little bit flat and then tune it up. So we loosen it a little bit. Now it's flat. Now we tune it up to pitch. If you just loosen the string until it comes to pitch, and you don't go below and then come back up, after you play guitar for a little while, your strings can stretch out a little bit and you'll go back out of tune. So it's always best to go below the note and then tune back up to it. And now the little E, it's also sharp. So we're going to go below and then back to the center. Now we're below and then back up to the center. We should be in tune. Auditory check. You listen to it. Check it by ear. It's pretty close. I'm going to go over them all one more time. Just double checking everything. See, that one's a little... You can see the A string is a little bit... I don't know if you can see that in the video. It's a little... The A string is a little bit flat. D string is a little bit flat. B string's a little bit sharp. Come below and then come back up. Okay, so that's how you tune with a tuner. Next, let's talk about tuning with the 5th fret trick. If you play the 5th fret on the big E, the open string for the A, the 2nd string, the A string, should sound exactly the same. Let's just say it was a little out of tune. You play them both together, you reach over with this arm, and you raise that, and you tighten it a little bit. You do it by ear. That works on the next string too. To tune the D string, you use the 5th fret on the A string. When it's out of tune, there's like a little binaural beat in there. So you play them both together, 5th fret here, 5th fret on the A string, open on the D string, and then you're going to reach up and tighten the string. There you go. Same thing on the D string. So 5th fret on the D string, then we're gonna reach up and tune the G string. There we go. Now when you get to the G string and you want to tune your B string, it's 4th fret. 4th fret on the G, and whoa, that's way out. And open on the B. So reach up there and tune it. And then when you're on the B string, it's back to the 5th fret. 5th fret, and then open on the little E. No, not so good. Reach up there and tune it. There we go. Now that's not as accurate as using a tuner, but we're pretty close to in tune. The more you do this, the more you try to go back and correct it, usually the more out of tune you get. But that's pretty good. Not as good as using a tuner, but it's pretty good. A more advanced way is to use octaves. So on the big E, the octave is over 2 strings and up 2 frets. So let me just put my D string out a little bit. This A note's good, but this A note's flat. There we go. On the big E and the A, it's over 2 strings, up 2 frets. And then on the D string and the G string, it's over 2 strings, up 3 frets. So that's another way to check it. Let me just take one note out of tune. We'll take the D string out of tune. So you play an E chord. You go, oh man, that doesn't sound right. Then you go slow. There's the bad note. You know that's the D string. So you reach up and fix it. So that's how you tune it to a chord. So the best way is to use a tuner, but these are all different strategies you can use if you don't have a tuner. Jimi Hendrix would use a bar chord and play the notes. Sometimes you got something out of tune. Here we go. So that's how you tune with a chord or the arpeggio of a chord. Moral of the story is just use a tuner, and when you use one of these snarks like this, when you get done with it, take it off and set it on your amp or set it on the table. Don't leave it on your guitar. It's not cool. Oh wait, I know more ways to tune. So one way that I will tune is I will make sure my E and A are in tune with a chord, and then I'll play the E and B string together. I play the B string with the finger and the E string with a pick. And I just know that sound, and then the same sound can be made with the A and the little E. I like to check my tuning also with the E major 9 chord. It's a hard chord, so if you're just starting out, don't even mess around with it. Just make an E chord. You can also just tune your strings to each other if you've been playing for a long time. The G always, to me, has to be a little sharper than I think it's supposed to be in tune. So that's all the ways that I know to tune the guitar, and to be honest, the best way is to just use a tuner. So get one of these clip-on tuners, get a snark, I'll put a link in the description, and use the tuner to tune. Let's fix this before we get done here. I know all the different ways I just tune the guitar. There's no way it's perfectly in tune still. B string's a little flat, tighten that up. G string's a little flat, tighten up that G string. D string's good. A string, it's a little flat. Good. So please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And check in the description. I'll put a link to my website, birdsnakebrown.com. And in the next video, we'll talk about reed and tab. I'm Birdsnake. Thanks for watching.